All they heard was a loud thud in the middle of the night. It could have been kids throwing rocks or maybe a car backfiring, but what Debbie McCarter never expected was to find her son murdered.
He put the keys in the door and getting ready to come in the house, and all of a sudden, he's dead.
Andre McCarter was just steps away from safety when he was shot to death at the doorstep to his mom's home in May 2015.
We looked out the window, we didn't see Andre and we didn't see the car. So we called 911 and they told us to stay in the house, don't open the doors or nothing.
When deputies arrived moments later, they found the 36-year-old father of two suffering from a gunshot wound, one which would take his life a few days later. The killer had already taken off in McCarter's silver Kia Optima, which was found abandoned 4 days later with all the contents still inside.
Yeah, they took the car and killed him. It was sad the way they killed him. Don't know why, but I miss him and I love him, and it hurts.
Because all of McCarter's belongings were left in the car and at the scene, detectives have ruled out a robbery gone wrong. The question now is who killed McCarter and why, and who could be the next victim.
If this person is heinous enough to do this to Mr. McCarter, who's to say that they haven't done it in the past or they won't do it in the future?
The fact that the killer or killers are still at large weighs heavily on the McCarter family every day. His two children are left with more questions than answers and a hole in their hearts that can never be mended.
They took a part of my life away from me forever. I never see Andre again, never. And it hurts. It really hurts. I can't sleep sometimes. I just think about him every day.
His family wants those responsible for Andre's death and those who are withholding information to put themselves in their shoes and think about the repercussions for the family who is left behind to grieve, mourn, and wait for justice to be served.
When you decide to take a life, you just don't know what dark cloud you're putting over that family. You have no idea. And if you know something, you should tell it. Because if it hit home, it could be your brother tomorrow. It could be your son tomorrow.
Despite more than a year having passed since Andre's murder, detectives are still working leads, but they need the community's help in putting the final pieces to this puzzle together.
We're very committed to keeping it an active homicide investigation. So anything the public can help us with in the form of tips, anything they heard, if they thought they saw a vehicle that matches this description, if they just word of mouth on the street, anything is useful in a case like this.
And until that day comes, Andre's family will continue to hope and pray.
He was everything to me. He did everything for me, with me. Whenever I need something, he's there for me.
Family ain't never gonna be the same without him.
For Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers, I'm Trish Rout.